I tend to step back, and the entire crowd is part of the concert. Everybody is performing, and that is what is the unique feature of this Dubai concert, because everybody plays these songs. I'm not the first person to play Tyagaraja Kritis or Ilayaraja songs, but what is it that I do that you will not hear anywhere else? And what is it that I do that you will connect with me for who I am and for how we connect with each other is the story of this. And many times people don't even know that some of these things are possible. When you take a song like any Ilayaraja song, let's say Panivirum Miravu, for example, right? The first thing that comes to mind is, okay, this is what the singer sings, this is what somebody plays, this is what somebody plays, this is what somebody plays. But if you take an Ilayaraja song, every song is not done with the same group of musicians. If you take a Western band, let's say you take a band like Rolling Stones, every song has got vocals, guitar, drums, bass, and whatever else. Very rarely you'll see some guest artists. But if you take an Ilayaraja song, it's not like that. If you take a song like Ilayanila, it has vocals, it has guitars, it has bass, it has keyboards, it has drums, it has flute, it has congas, it has multiple guitars. But if you take a song like Takita Tadimi, it has mirdangam, it has flute, it has something else, it has veena, it has some other strings. So every song is different, every song is orchestrated differently. And these are the things that I talk about when we are talking about understanding the music of Ilayaraja and A.R. Rahman. Um, because a lot of people think that they like a song because of only the lyrics and what the singer is singing. And that is not true, because if that is the case, everybody should sing a song with only the lyrics, singer singing, and one tambura behind it, because that's not how it is. In reality, you have so many other instruments happening, you have so many interludes going on, you have other things, you have an intro to a song. If you take an Ilayaraja song, if you take a song like Germany in Sendel Malare, by the time the song comes, it's like almost 1 minute of introduction music. If you take so many songs, um, there are many songs. If you take like Netru Illada Matram of A.R. Rahman, by the time the song comes, it's almost 1 minute of introductional music. So what about all of that? We think that only the song and the lyrics matter, but that's not true. That may be true in Indian classical music, where the instrumentation is not a big part of the composing, but that's not true when Ilayaraja or Rahman or R.D. Burman or any film composer composes. They also have to think about what the other people are going to play. It's not just like, okay, here is the song and you do whatever you want. So that process is something that people are very curious and they never get to hear it. They never know why Ilayaraja composed Ilayanila melody like that. Unless you go and ask Ilayaraja and you have like a 5 hour conversation with him, you're not going to find that out. And that is my way of bringing that awareness to people and showing them, why does he think, what is he thinking when he's composing Ilayanila? What is he thinking when he's composing Takita Tadimi or a song like Sendura Puve? Where is the influence? Why does he choose this instruments for those songs? Why does A.R. Rahman do one thing with Dil Se and something else with a song like Kannalane? Why is it that all of these songs don't have Mirdangam and violin and Kanjira like a Carnatic Kacheri? So these are all fascinating things that most people don't have access to, because they do not have knowledgeable people coming and really getting into the minds of these composers and bringing that out. And that is something I enjoy doing through these leg dance, so that you can listen to the same music and go, oh, I never thought I would appreciate this in this manner. So that is the leg dem on the 19th, where it is for a smaller group of people, so that in an intimate setting you can actually go deep into some of these things. So it's for all music lovers. You don't have to be musicians. I'm not going to get into like so much technicalities, but I've done about 40 about 60 or 70 of them all over the world in the last 3 years, and people love it. And the concerts also reflect the same idea, that the guitar becomes the central focus of my concerts, and how all of these come and get oriented towards the guitar is fascinating, because when you talk about a song um, when you talk about a song like okay, let's say Kannalale, there's so many instruments, so many different things that are going on. How can you translate all of them into a guitar? So partly it's an adventure for me when I play, and partly it's an adventure for the audience. And together we are creating something in that moment that is otherwise not possible if I just bring a band to play the same song exactly like how it is composed. We rehearse it and we play it to you. You can listen to that in CDs, and you can listen to that by Ilayaraja's originals. It is never going to sound as good as Ilayaraja's originals. So why give you like a carbon copy of what he has done when I can reinvent it for you in front of you, where we all make it a new experience together without changing anything that is crucial to the song? That is what is the focus of my concerts, and that is why what I do is not the usual run of the mill concerts. And I don't think my fans want me to do run of the mill concerts at all. So so we have a good connection between me and the community that I'm connected with, and Dubai is a great place to explore that after a very long time. So this is my little brief about the concert. And then the workshops. There are many musicians who want to study with me, but I cannot teach everybody privately. There's only so much time that I have, and only so many students that I can take, and I have so many other recording and touring commitments. So I have been doing these series of workshops, what I call road shows, all over the US, in UK. Now this week I'm doing one in Germany, one in Amsterdam, one in Dublin, and one in Sheffield, 4 days in 4 different countries. I'm doing one in, I just did a few in the US and UK. So these workshops give me a chance to connect with musicians directly and sit one on one in a small group and work with them. Musicians come to me with many different things. For example, Ananya here, like she sings Carnatic music, she sings film music, she plays guitar, she studied guitar with me, she studied a lot of other things, but she's also into studio production. She's a wonderful songwriter. How do you bring all of these things together in your personality? Right? There are other guitar players who play heavy metal music and want to know something about Carnatic music. They can't go to a Carnatic singer. They have to, so I am a good bridge for them. There are people who, because I play metal and Carnatic music, there are people who go to Berkeley in Abu Dhabi who want to know something about how to use Carnatic music in a jazz setting. I can help them with that. So therefore, these workshops are designed in such a way that I'm able to spend time with each person individually. So it is almost like a private lesson and customized for each person. That's why these workshops tend to have like a max of 15 to 20 people. We don't have like 75 people in these workshops, because the idea is to play with each other. And so I'm doing two. One is specifically for guitar players, the guitar workshop, and the other is a live concert and studio performance workshop for all musicians and singers, because the idea of performing live in a concert is very different from going into a studio. There are some specific techniques and tools that come from my experience of being 3-4 decades into this career, that I can share with them. What happens when you record? How do you turn your voice into something else? What kind of effects should you use on a guitar when you record the same song versus when you're playing live? What happens when you play live in front of 15,000 people and when you play live in front of 15 people? There are all these amazing things that has come from my own perspective, because I do play for 15 people and I do play for 15,000 people. I'm one of the few people who have actually gone through the whole spectrum, and there is a beauty in uh, customizing what you do for each situation. So that is what that workshop is about. So, and because I can't come to Dubai very often, I'm trying to pack everything in 2 days. So whoever is listening, I think they hopefully get a good bird's eye view into what these 2 days are all about. I can't hear you. Rama, we can't hear you. Can you all hear her?
Uh, Now you can hear me?
Yeah.
ஒரு சின்ன பையனா வந்து ஒரு நகம் இல்லாததுனால வந்து உன்னால கிட்டார் வாசிக்க முடியாது அப்படின்னு இருந்த ஒரு சின்ன பையன் ஸ்டேஜ்ல இருந்து ஒரு டீனேஜர் கம்ப்ளீட்டா வந்து இளையராஜாவோட மியூசிக் எல்லாத்தையும் வந்து எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணணுங்கிற ஆசைப்பட்ட ஒரு டீனேஜர், அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து ஒரு ஐஐடினா வந்து ஒரு யங் அடல்ட்டா ஒரு வேர்ல்ட் மியூசிக் எல்லாத்தையுமே எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ண ஒரு யங்ஸ்டர். ஸோ இந்த ஸ்டேஜஸ் வந்து எப்படி சார் கிராஸ் பண்ணி வந்தீங்க? இப்ப எப்படி இருக்கீங்க நீங்க?
தமிழ்ல பேசலாம்.
தமிழ்லயே பேசலாம் சார், தாராளமா தமிழ்ல பேசலாம். ராணிப்பேட்ல இருந்து ராக் மியூசிக் அப்படி வச்சுக்கோங்க.
எனக்கு வந்து முதல்ல இருந்து எங்க பேரண்ட்ஸ் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி தான் மியூசிக் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்ட்டு சொல்லாதது ஒரு பெரிய ஸ்ட்ரென்த். யூஸ்வலாக என்ன ஆகும், பேரண்ட்ஸ் வந்து கர்நாடிக் இன்க்ளைண்டாக இருந்தாங்கன்னா தே வுட் வாண்ட் தேர் சில்ட்ரன் டு பிளே கர்நாடிக். பிடிக்கிறதோ பிடிக்கலையோ, சம்டைம்ஸ் பீப்புள் லேர்ன் கர்நாடிக் வோக்கல் ஆர் மிருதங்கம் அண்ட் தென் தே டோன்ட் கண்டினியூ. இந்த மாதிரிலாம் எனக்கு சுச்சுவேஷன் வரல. முதல்லேருந்தே எல்லா மியூசிக்கும் ஓகேன்ற மாதிரி ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷன். அதனால நானே எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு எனக்கு நிறைய ஸ்கோப் இருந்தது. இன்னொன்று வந்து நான் சூஸ் பண்ண இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் வந்து கிட்டார். அது ஏன் சூஸ் பண்ணேன்னா எனக்கு கிட்டாரில் ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருந்ததுனால சூஸ் பண்ணேன். கர்நாடிக் மியூசிக்கில் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்னாலேயோ இல்லை, ராக்னாலேயோ இல்லை, இளையராஜாவோட மியூசிக்னாலேயோ இல்லை, அதெல்லாம் அப்புறம் தான். பட் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் இஸ் கிட்டார். இன்னொன்று நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இப்போ ஒரு வீணா பிளேயர்னு எடுத்துட்டாக்கா, யூஸ்வலாக வீணா யாராவது வாசிக்கும் போது வி அசோசியேட் தெம் வித் கர்நாடிக் மியூசிக். ஓகே, யூ கேன் டூ அதர் திங்ஸ் ஆன் த வீணா, ஆஃப் கோர்ஸ். I have a student, Gayatri, who is a fantastic Carnatic Veena player, who does a lot of kacheris, and she learns only jazz on the Veena with me. She plays only jazz. In our classes, all we do is jazz. She tunes the Veena like a guitar and plays jazz. But கிட்டார்னு எடுத்துக்கும்போது கம்பேர்ட் டு தட், லெட்ஸ் சே ட்ரம்பெட்னு எடுத்துட்டா யூஸ்வலாக எல்லாருக்கும் என்ன தோணும், ஓகே ட்ரம்பெட்னா ஜாஸ் ஆர் கிளாசிக்கல் மியூசிக் ஆர் சம் திங்ஸ் லைக் சம்டைம்ஸ் இன் பாப் அண்ட் சம்டைம்ஸ் இன் ராக். பட் கிட்டார்னு எடுத்துட்டா so many styles are based on guitar. கிட்டார் இல்லாமல் there is no rock music. கிட்டார் இல்லாமல் there is no metal. கிட்டார் இல்லாமல் there is no flamenco. கிட்டார் இல்லாமல் there is no blues. Most of these music in the world today are based on the guitar, not just using guitar. அதனால ஒரு கிட்டார் பிளேயர் இருந்துட்டு ஒரே ஒரு ஸ்டைல் ஆஃப் மியூசிக் தான் வாசிக்கணும்னா that's a little bit silly, and it does not work. ஸோ முதல்லேருந்தே அந்த கிட்டார்ல இருக்கிற ஃபேசினேஷன்னால எந்தெந்த மியூசிக்லலாம் கிட்டார் வந்ததோ அந்தந்த மியூசிக்லலாம் எனக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் வந்தது. So one day it will be Deep Purple, one day it will be Ilayaraja's Ilayanilla, one day it will be jazz, one day it will be Paco de Lucia playing flamenco, whatever it is. All of these people use guitars. The sound of the guitar changes according to the style of the music. அதெல்லாம் வந்து எனக்கு it was very fascinating. அதனால எனக்கு ஸ்டைலோட அந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்ல இருக்கிற இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் தான் ஜாஸ்தி. Through the instrument I explored the various styles of music. So I came from the reverse compared to most musicians. And Carnatic music was there at home. And my sister Carnatic music kathundirundadunala the strains of Carnatic music was there at home. Ilayaraja and MSV and R.D. Burman's music is what I heard on the radio when I was a kid. So that was always there. And then later, I would have friends go somewhere and then come back with cassettes of Western rock. So got involved in that. Aprom vandu I joined a band, we said, okay, let us play Dire Straits, Deep Purple, Santana, whatever it is. So ella vandu guitar was the one until I came to Western classical music where nobody plays electric guitar and it is orchestral music, which was much later when I got more involved in that. So this is how the story of me exploring different kinds of music happened. Thankfully வீட்டில் வந்து எந்த விதமான அனாயன்ஸும் கிடையாது. நீ இதுதான் வாசிக்கணும், அதுதான் வாசிக்கணும், இது வாசிச்சாக்க நீ வீட்டுக்கு வரக்கூடாது, இந்த மாதிரி. I'm just okay. இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டோரிலாம் இல்லை.
That's very good. பட் பேசிக்கலி பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா வந்து ஒரு கிட்டார், அந்த கிட்டார்ல இருக்க அந்த ஸ்ட்ரிங் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்டா கிட்டாருடைய வைப்ரன்ஸ் அல்லது வந்து அதுல வர ரொமான்டிக் அவுட்புட் அல்லது வந்து ஒரு வீணாலியோ வயலின்லயோ இருக்கிற ஒரு டிசிப்ளின்ட் அவுட்புட் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதுக்கு இருக்கிற டிஃபரன்ஸ் வந்து உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சுதா?
இல்ல, எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் இப்ப பாருங்க, இப்ப நான் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் காட்டுறேன். இப்போ லெட் அஸ் சே let us say we take any example. Let us say I want to play. இப்போ நான் நிலாவை வாசிக்கிறேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. Now what I played is exactly like how SPB sang.
Yes.
Okay, but SPB did not sing with the tambura and tabla, no? Or tambura and mridangam. There are other things that Ilayaraja is doing behind it. So if I add all of that, this is the intro of the song. இப்போ இளையராஜா யூஸ் பண்ண many instrumentsல இருந்து இருக்கிற எசன்ஸ் எடுத்து ஒரு கிட்டார்ல I gave it now. Now that is what sets the mood for the song.
So ஒரு இன்ஸ்ட்ருமென்ட்க்கு வந்து இன்ஸ்ட்ருமென்ட்டோட தனித்துவம் தெரியறதுக்கு ஒரு ஆர்கெஸ்ட்ரா தேவைப்படுறதுன்றீங்களா?
In the guitarல I will be able to bring all of that together because multiple things இதுல வாசிக்க முடியும். பாடும்போது
மற்ற இன்ஸ்ட்ருமென்ட்ஸ்ல மற்ற ஸ்ட்ரிங் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமென்ட்ஸ்ல இது பாசிபிளா?
Possible, but the guitar and piano is the two instruments where you can do it really well. It's possible. You can do it on any string instrument, flute, flute, cello, viola, violin, sure. But also, இதே நிலாவேவா வந்து நான் கிட்டார்ல வாசிச்சா